More than 2 years after a man was shot and killed in Clear Creek County, today we learned 2 officers will not face charges for failing to intervene on the night that Christian Glass called 911 for help. Thanks for joining us. I'm Kim Christensen.
And I'm Tom Green. It was today that a judge dropped those charges against 2 Division of Gaming officers that were there on the scene that night. 9 News reporter Rhea Jha spoke with the Glass family attorney today. Rhea, the charges were dropped because of their title?
Yeah, and just to explain, the Division of Gaming regulates betting, gambling, casinos, so literal gaming. And they are a law enforcement agency, which is why those officers were responding to Christian Glass's 911 call. But the law says these officers aren't held to the same standard as other agencies.
The Division of Gaming officers weren't dismissed because their conduct wasn't criminal. They were dismissed because of a loophole in the statute.
Justice unraveled by a loophole.
Sally and Simon Glass have been fighting for justice for Christian Glass for 2.5 years. Their lives have been turned upside down because of the murder of their son.
Siddhartha Rathod is the attorney representing the family of Christian Glass. He knows criminal charges were brought against 5 officers who didn't step in to stop Deputy Andrew Bune from shooting Glass in June 2022.
Division of Gaming arrived as well from Blackhawk. So Division of Gaming, it's not wildlife, it's actually gambling. All the officers who arrived on June 10, 2022 were post-certified police officers.
The law requires what it calls peace officers to stop other peace officers from using excessive force. On Monday, a judge decided that the 2 Division of Gaming officers on scene that day can't go to trial because they work for the Division of Gaming.
Because their positions don't require post-certification, could not be held accountable. They have the same ability to arrest someone. Shouldn't we hold all law enforcement officers to the same standards?
The Colorado Post shows both officers still hold their positions, and Rathod is now asking why.
That this isn't just a loophole. These Division of Gaming officers could have saved Christian's life.
1 officer already pled guilty to failing to intervene. 3 others will face trial for next year in February. Around the same time, Andrew Bune, the former Clear Creek County deputy who shot Christian Glass, will face a retrial. He's now facing the same second-degree murder charges that a jury was unable to reach a verdict for in his trial earlier this year. He's already been convicted of reckless endangerment. Rhea Jha, 9 News.
There's so much emotion tied into this case as well, and so many different layers. There were so many agencies that responded that night.
Right, and think about the amount of time it's been. It's 2.5 years, so I'm sure there's a lot that the family is going through, having to go through a retrial and all these other trials as well.
All right, Rhea, thanks.
What a difference a week makes in Colorado. Last Tuesday, we were waking up to cold temperatures, some snow around the metro area, lots of snow in the mountains, wet roads. Today, though, beautiful, blue skies. Look at that, just gorgeous. We warmed up into the 60s this afternoon. A great December day to get outside.
A great day for people to exhale after that football game, too, last night, Kathy.
Oh, man, game of the century. That was so much fun to watch.
That's crazy.
I think people were pretty wound up. I don't think they went to sleep right away last night.
There's no way. I know no one in this newsroom did. It was so noisy. It was hard to focus on work last night. It was very exciting to watch. And this town just so happy to have a good football season. Outside right now, we've got sunshine with temperatures above the average of 46. As a matter of fact, at last check, 64, which just misses the record of 69. We've cooled back a bit. We're at 56 now in Denver and 58 because, of course, the sun sets in less than a half an hour. So as it starts to come down, so do the temperatures. Thankfully, the wind, not much of an issue unless you're watching us in Blackhawk, Dumont, or Loveland past Kenosha Pass, picking up a bit out of the west and northwest. Mild, dry weather for Denver through Saturday. A pattern change this weekend. Colder with a chance for snow first in the mountains and then in Denver. Right now, just a high cloud veil lifting in from the southwest. Storm track is north of us, and really the main storm system is in the Midwest and headed for the Northeast, and that's where we're seeing the cold, the wind, the snow that will impact travel for any of you headed out of Colorado and headed to the eastern seaboard. We've got a few high clouds passing through tonight, otherwise fair skies. Temperatures in the 50s now will drop quickly after sunset. Coming up in Maine weather, we'll detail the extended forecast. Will there be any more 60-degree readings in the extended forecast? I'll answer that question and when Denver might see snow. That's just ahead.
Today, the CDC declared the McDonald's E. coli outbreak from October officially over. A total of 104 people got sick on what the CDC determined was slivered onions on the restaurant's Quarter Pounders. 30 of those people were in Colorado, and one person in Mesa County died. The burgers were temporarily taken off the menu, but later returned without onions. McDonald's confirmed today the company has indefinitely stopped sourcing onions from Taylor Farms. They've reintroduced onions from a new supplier.